Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist Agents Weather Forecast here, and welcome back to the update, guys. So this is gonna be a double upload today, guys. I did a fall and winter discussion live stream earlier today. I might not do another one till next week. I want to wait a little bit more till I do another one because I don't want to do it every other day because I think it's just gonna be mostly every week or something like that. But thank you guys for joining in the live stream for those people who did. So we're going to be talking about the severe weather in this video because we're actually going to have some very strong storms for parts of the west. We don't really have a whole lot of strong storms in the west, but we're seeing a very weird pattern that's bringing very cold conditions for the west and severe thunderstorms. It's very, very rare to see these type of thunderstorms here for Idaho. And we actually had some for California, which is really rare too. And so, yeah, we're also going to have some very strong storms tomorrow. So, we're going to be covering the next 3 days for severe weather. So, if you guys want to know ahead of time for plans. And, yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,500 by the end of August. So, if you guys haven't already done so, just click that button. It takes half a second to do it, guys, and then you get notified. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned. So guys, we're going to be looking at the National Weather Service right now. We're going to be looking at every single active alert. We're going to be looking at all of them except not only severe weather related ones, but we're going to be looking at these first. As you can tell, we do have severe thunderstorm watches in effect for Idaho and Montana. Right here, we have some for Idaho and Montana, and we do have severe thunderstorm warnings for Colorado and for parts of Wyoming and for South Dakota. So we do have some many areas that can have severe thunderstorm warnings here. And then we also have flash flood watches in effect for many areas of the southwest, the plains, and the northwest because they're not used to a lot of rain in the northwest here. It's going to be a pretty rare sight to see here. We do still have a lot of red flag warnings in effect for California, all the way for Idaho, Washington, all the way through parts of Utah and Nevada, and for parts of Wyoming. And then we also do have a special weather statement actually here for part of the Tennessee area for the heat. Same thing for Texas. And then, as you can tell, guys, the heat advisories did spread even more north. As you can tell, we have a lot more of Missouri now, a lot more Kansas. We do have it becoming widespread now for Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And guess what? We do now have excessive heat warnings in effect now, so I will be doing another upload tomorrow on this, guys. We have excessive heat warnings now for parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas in that purple color, and then we do have, again, the excessive heat watches in the brownish color, guys. We are going to be seeing incredibly warm temperatures, guys, and I'm going to be posting on this tomorrow. So, guys, now we're going to be looking at day one, which is today. Today isn't the worst really threat today. It's more of tomorrow. But again, we are seeing some rare severe weather here for the west. And then we also have another area here for the Carolinas. So here we have the marginal risk right here. We have two marginal risks. The one right here is more widespread. It's actually a very weird shape, going all the way from Minnesota all the way to parts of California. So we actually do have a population of 13 million people in this marginal. And it covers from Charlotte, North Carolina, Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Greensboro, North Carolina, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So now that we looked at that, we're going to be looking at the slight chance here. So we have two slight chances right here. Again, the one in the west is a bit bigger, and we only have about 2 million people in this slight chance. We have Billings, Montana, Nampa, Idaho, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Missoula, Montana, and Meridian, Idaho. Again, guys, it's not going to be it's not going to be super duper bad, but again, we are still going to have some threats for some severe weather. The slight chance is still going to bring in some very strong storms. We do only have 2% chance out here for tornadoes for part of the green. So if you're in the green, you do have a 2% chance. So right here and right here, 2% isn't really high, but that's really that's the highest chance so far today. The wind threats are not incredibly high either. Only have 15% chance for those areas. In the slight chance, just look for your area. If you're in the brown, you are at a 5% chance. So for Charlotte, Omaha, Greensboro, and then the 15% chance is for Billings and Missoula and Bozeman, Montana. And then the hail threat is really the same thing too. We could have some hail out here for the Carolinas, the coastal Carolinas, and for the west here. Let's gonna read the summary just very fast here. So summary is scattered severe thunderstorms with large hail and damaging wind gusts are most likely across parts of Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and eastern North Carolina. Severe weather threat should be greatest during the late afternoon to early evening. So it could potentially bring into overnight storms possible. So this is tomorrow. So tomorrow is a bit more into one area, so it looks like we're only going to have one region, which is parts of the plains. We shouldn't have two regions really. So yeah, if you're in this area, we can actually put 3 layers in this small little area. For the marginal, that's where you have the slightest chance tomorrow for severe weather, but you can still see some strong bands, but it won't be incredibly strong. So we're going to have a population of about 9 million people out here in the marginal. We have Denver, Colorado. We have Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, and Overland Park, Kansas. And then the slight chance, that's the second layer, which is the yellow, and that's where we can actually see a bit more severe weather and a bit more threats for severe weather wise. We're only going to see about 2 million people out here in the slight chance here, and those are including Aurora, Colorado, Lincoln, Nebraska, Billings, Montana, Greeley, Colorado, and Rapid City, South Dakota. And then the enhanced risk, that's that orange, that's where we can expect the worst severe weather tomorrow. So that's where you can see, if you're in the enhanced, you can see very, very strong storms tomorrow here. And that's for only about 144,000 people. So not a whole lot of people live here. It's just those little farmland areas. And that's for North Platte, Nebraska, and Lexington, Nebraska. So that's basically all it is really. And then really have a 30% chance for this basically for the possibility of severe weather with hail. So if you're in the 30%, that's still very high though. And then we could have areas of strong to severe storms are expected over portions of the northern through central high plains Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Large hail and severe gusts are primary threats. And then we go to day 3, which is actually going to be Monday. We can actually see the severe weather threat start to move a bit more to the east. So now we have a marginal threat here for 25 million people through Columbus, Ohio, Kansas City, Wichita, and St. Louis, and Toledo, Ohio. And then the slide chances so far, the worst threats only second level here for Chicago, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and Aurora, and Naperville, Illinois, and that's a population of 12 million people. Now we're going to be looking at a couple regions for the radar here, because we have a lot of regions that can have severe weather. So now we're going to be looking at the northwest first right now, because that's where we do have a slight chance here. We're going to have a lot of storms here. We're going to have this high pressure system that's going to bring in some very strong storms for Colorado. And then we are going to have a band of scattered rain showers for parts of Oregon, Idaho, and California. As we go into the night, the storms will intensify as it goes east, but we will still have some strong storms out here for Montana and Oregon and Washington. I know you're thinking it's very small. This should only be like a marginal, guys. But again, these areas are really not really exact to seeing these type of strong bands. So again, it's like saying when Georgia gets snow, they only get like half an inch. The whole city shuts down. But the Midwest, it doesn't. It's just they're not used to it, guys. So that's why. But as we go on, this is going to be into tomorrow, very early tomorrow morning. Again, we'll still see a slight chance in these areas tomorrow. We'll have very strong storms out here for northern Montana and low pressure system to bring in bands for Wyoming. And then going to start to go into the Dakotas. As we go on into August, or as we go on to tomorrow, we'll see a very big threat for severe weather that goes into the central plains. So tomorrow's going to be a double upload for sure, and most definitely one of them will be on the severe weather. And then we should have very strong bands start to move for for eastern Montana there, and we'll have very strong bands starting to form for the Dakotas, as we have light rain showers out here for northern Washington and Montana. Again, guys, these areas are not exactly used to having a lot of rain every day for the next 3 days, so that's why they do have flash flood watches too. Now we're going to be looking at the plains in the Midwest. So tonight, that's actually when we can see severe weather tonight too. We're going to have it for parts of Minneapolis and parts of Des Moines. And then we'll have very extremely heavy bands of severe weather out here for as we go into tomorrow. As we go into tomorrow, we'll have some severe weather out here for Minnesota. Some outer bands out here for northern plains. And then this is going to be basically one of the biggest threats for tomorrow, where we have the enhanced risk again. It's going to bring in incredibly strong bands. And then we haven't really seen any really strong bands like this in the plains since like basically May. And we're gonna have very strong storms heading towards Wichita, Topeka, Kansas, and then we even have some strong bands moving towards Minneapolis and Eau Claire, Wisconsin. If you're living there, you can experience some strong bands tomorrow. As we go into the 12th of August, as that's Monday, we'll be seeing some more strong bands heading towards the areas of St. Louis. That can bring in some rain showers. And as we go into Monday, more into the day, more strong bands heading towards the plains produced by the low pressure systems that are forming to the west. Now we're having a lot more low pressure systems forming in with this cold front. That's going to bring in extremely strong bands, guys. Look at this severe weather. Definitely Monday and Tuesday will be severe weather threat. We're going to have incredibly strong storms out here for parts of the Central Plains and Ozarks for Missouri. And then that start to bring in another rain issue for parts of Illinois and Missouri. Look at these strong bands, guys. Just look at this. This is for the 13th, I believe. 13th of August there. And that's going to bring in some huge threats now. And now we're actually going to be looking at the Northeast very fast. Just to go over, because I have a lot of viewers in the Northeast. We're just going to tomorrow will be clear tomorrow. But as we go into Monday, we start having some scattered showers out there in New York. And now I actually want to go to the southeast because that's where we'll be seeing some strong storms out there. Let me go like this just to get these hours in right here. Gotta make sure to get the hours. I don't want you guys to see all of it. All right, let's go. Alright, let's go tonight. So tonight we'll be seeing some strong bands for Georgia and the Appalachian Mountains, and also for Arkansas and Mississippi. Here we have that low pressure system right here sitting off the coast of North Carolina. It's going to bring some scattered storms out here for the coastal areas. As we go on, these bands will be pretty strong, as you can tell right here. They're pretty small, but also pretty big. And then we have a high pressure system here at 1,016 millibars, bringing in some strong bands and a lot of moisture for northern Georgia, especially the panhandle we actually have. That's going to be great conditions for this heat advisories and the huge heat. It's not to have some rain. And look, we're still going to have some very strong bands forming off the coast. The worst of it will be in the Atlantic Ocean, but it's still going to bring in some wave issues because, again, severe weather technically does bring in a lot of wave issues. We're going to have a lot of rain for southern coast of Georgia, so for Savannah. Here we have these strong storms moving into the Ozarks for Missouri, and that can potentially bring in some severe weather out here for Kentucky. And then we'll have that other band that brings in extremely strong bands for Aurora, Illinois, and for parts of Missouri. And now we're actually going to be looking very quickly at the rainfall total, since we are having some flash flood watches. If you guys want to know exactly how much rain you can see within the next couple of days, all the way to August 13th. We won't see extremely amount of rain here for the west, only about maybe an inch and a half. The most amount of rain we'll be seeing is here in Missouri. That can bring possibly, guys, almost a foot of rain. Extremely amount of rain here, and then also here. And it's actually going to be great. We're going to have a good amount of precipitation, about 5 inches. So again, that's going to be great for these areas that are very dry. I hope you guys enjoy this double upload and live stream day. Again, guys, if you're new, please subscribe. Again, we're trying to get to 1,500, and it would be great if you guys click that button and make sure it says subscribe. And yeah, enjoy your day, guys, and bye.